These are my two audience members.
Good evening to you all. My name is Aaron Rodriguez, and tonight I will be discussing the mental health issues affecting veterinarians, how support and awareness have been increasing in recent years, and what each of you can do to help make a difference. Mental health is something that's often overlooked in everyday conversations, yet it is an essential part of day-to-day life. No matter your occupation, lifestyle, or personal relationship, mental health plays a critical role in how people think, feel, and function. When it is neglected, the consequences can be serious and far-reaching, affecting not only individuals, but their families and the communities around them. That is why conversations like this are so important, to helping awareness of topics that might otherwise remain unspoken. In particular, the mental health of veterinarians is an issue that has only more recently been brought to the forefront when discussing high-stress professions. As the number of veterinarians continues to grow each year, so too does the need to address the unique challenges they face. As a veterinary student, I believe it's important to shine a brighter light on the increasing problem of burnout and, in most severe cases, suicide within the profession. By raising awareness, encouraging open conversation, and supporting ongoing improvements in mental health resources, we can begin to create a healthier, more sustainable environment for those who play a very important role in many of our lives. Firstly, before discussing any solutions, it is important to discuss the baseline causes of the treatment of mental health in veterinarians. Veterinarians have to deal with a multitude of different stressors each day, such as performing surgeries, having to perform stressful medical procedures, handling unruly clients, and most disheartening, having to put down animals medically. There's not a good feeling at all, which I can attest to myself being the owner of an animal had to be put down, seeing the reactions of the veterinarians. According to the Merck's Wellbeing Study, 61% of all veterinarians say their levels of exhaustion have increased over the percentage of the general population. Another statistic by the same study shows that 60% of veterinarians aren't entirely pleased with their income, which is another stressor added on to their already stressful job. 17.3% of those between the ages of 18 and 34 attest to experiencing serious mental and psychological distress compared to only 6% of those aged 54 to 60%. People who are so young shouldn't be dealing with such stressors, especially around that age. They are just getting into the job and haven't been working professionally in the field for that long. A survey in Australia completed by 73 vets showed that unfavorable workplace factors had led to an increase in depression, stress, a reduced appreciation for their job, and the increased likelihood of completely leaving the profession altogether. These few examples show not only a fraction of what a good number of veterinarians put up with every single day in the profession just to get through, and how much the mental health problems do to lots of problems in the workplace. Of course, when discussing a problem, the most important thing to discuss is the solution to said problem. Veterinary mental health has gained increasing attention over the past decade, leading to meaningful changes for the profession. Organizations such as the AVMA, or the American Veterinary Medical Association, and various nonprofit groups have organized and will introduce wellness initiatives, peer-supported networks, and confidential counseling services specifically for veterinarians. Clinics and hospitals are also becoming more proactive by promoting healthier work environments, offering flexible schedules, and encouraging open conversations about stress, burnout, and compassion fatigue. Veterinary schools have started integrating mental health education into the curriculum, helping future professionals build resilience and recognize the early warning signs. While these efforts have not entirely eliminated the problem, they have reduced the stigma and made it easier for veterinarians to seek help without fear or judgment of professional consequences. People outside the profession can play a surprisingly important role in supporting veterinarians. One of the simplest ways to do so is by simply showing patience and understanding, especially during emotionally charged situations like treating sick or injured pets or discussing costs of care. Avoiding harsh criticism, unrealistic expectations, or online negativity can make a real difference, as veterinarians often face intense pressure from clients. Pet owners can also plan ahead for expenses, which reduces stressful interactions and emergencies. On a broader level, raising awareness about the mental health challenges that veterinarians face and supporting organizations that provide resources to help sustain progress. Small gestures like expressing gratitude or acknowledging the difficulty of their work can go a long way in reinforcing that veterinarians are valued as professionals but as people.